Hey guys, I am back with a new video, and today we are finally going to be getting into the turtle setup build. So, let's get started. Here's the tubs that I'm using. They are just the big storage tubs that they sell at Home Depot. So now let's get into the making of the basking areas. So I went shopping to a couple hardware stores. Here's what I got. I bought just a bunch of PVC pipe tubes. These are 1/2 inch thick, I believe. And then I'm gonna need the connectors. So I got these kinds and these kinds and this kind. With that, got something to cut them with. Got some PVC pipe glue. Got some silicone, some rope, tape measure, sandpaper, and this fake grass stuff. And yeah, I made this diagram to help explain how this whole thing works basically. So as you can see, the basking area frame is a bunch of PVC pipes, and then on top of that there's just a bunch of faux grass glued down, and inside the tub there's just sand as substrate, and then you can see a little bit of how the filtration in this works. And yeah, it looks kind of crazy right now, but as the whole build kind of plays out, you'll basically understand it better. First, I measured the width of the tub as well as the height, and then the depth of the basking platform depends for me on the width of the fake grass rug that I bought, so I measured for that too. Then I took the measurements and begun to cut the PVC according to those. Okay, so this PVC pipe cutter is life, you guys. Like, seriously, I don't know what I would have done or how I would have even completed this without it. And it's funny because I hesitated buying it at first. I wasn't really sure, well, I don't think I'll need it. And no, I would have been completely wrong, and this build would not have been possible without it. Afterwards, I did a dry fitting to make sure that everything fits. I was pretty happy with how this was turning out so far, so it was time to make it permanent with some glue. If you've ever worked with PVC pipes, then you know how this goes. You sand all the ends first, including the elbows. That's so that the glue has a rough, oil-free surface to cling onto. Then I took some Q-tips to apply the glue and applied glue to both sides before pressing them together. And this stuff sets fast, really fast. So if you're gonna do this, you better work fast. I had some great helpers, by the way. This project could not have been possible without the supervision that they did. And here I am, still gluing stuff, because gluing is fun. Okay, so this part right here is scary, okay? Well, okay, maybe not scary, but it's definitely heart-raising because you need to work fast, like I said. Right after putting the glue, I was rushing basically to connect everything so that I could still have the chance to bend the ramp in the correct angle before the glue dries. Next, I got started on the legs part of the basking platform. And there's Leia, making sure that I don't screw this up. She says that her shelled siblings deserve only the best, and she's making sure that I am doing just that. Okay, so here what I needed was 4 of these 3-way elbows, and I could not find them anywhere. I went to several places and they do sell them, but they were out of stock, like everywhere. So I could have either waited for them to be back in stock and they weren't even sure like when that was gonna happen, or I could kind of try and save this project, and I did this instead. So what I did instead was I drilled 2 holes into 4 connectors, and you'll see in a bit what I did with those. Here I am pressing the 4 drilled connectors on the ends of the legs or base or whatever of the basking platform. Then I quickly made sure that they were the correct height and whatnot before moving on. I was pretty satisfied with how this was turning out and didn't really need to adjust anything though, so that is awesome. Okay, so I'm putting some thin rope through the holes, and then I'm tying a double knot on the top. Then I just melted the end so that the knots wouldn't get undone. Okay, so again, if you are using the 3-way elbows, then you won't actually have to do this. All you'll have to do is just glue the legs in place. But since I couldn't find those, I'm doing this instead. And here is the base of the basking platform completed, finally. Okay, and here we go again, continuing on. Like, it feels like this tutorial has been so long already and we've gotten so much done. This is probably one of the longest tutorials I have ever filmed. Anyways, what I'm doing now is wrapping some of the thin rope all around the top of the basking platform. This gives the faux grass that goes on top something to sit on basically, and you know, I have big heavy turtles, so the extra support is a definite plus. Here is both the top and the bottom of the ramp done. And now it is time to use the fake grass finally. Actually, you can stop here, like if you're in a budget or something. This already is a fully functioning basking platform. Your turtles can use this just fine. The fake grass is basically just gonna make this project look pretty, but if it's something that you don't really care about, then you're basically done with the basking platform at this point. So I measured it slightly longer and cut it with some scissors. It's actually very easy to cut, so I was happy with that. And there's the furry ones again. I just love how cats sit on anything. And the doggies never fail to put a smile on my face. Junior here is blessing us with some cute faces and wagging tail. So yeah, anyways, back to the fake grass. I am measuring it now for the ramp and then cutting a piece slightly longer than I need. So here I'm making sure it's looking okay, and then with some silicone, yes, silicone. Some of you are little jerks and like to make fun of how I pronounce that, so screw it. From now on in this channel, we will be referring to the stuff as silicone, okay? Okay. Anyways, take a bunch of it and glue the fake grass down. Okay, so on the bottom where the fake grass folds down, I used some duct tape to hold everything in place while the silicone dried. So here I am just peeling it off, and ta-da! we are done. Kind of. So this is the basking area, and basically how it's going to go on there is it's kind of like a table, so you lift it and it just kind of goes partially inside of the tub, and then these are just like for support because I have heavy turtles, and then there's those in the side, so when they climb up they don't like, it doesn't really shift either way, so it's outside of the tub, that way it doesn't take away too much swimming space. And then here under they can hide, like they can use it as a little cave. So yeah, that's the basking area that I made for them. Okay, so here I'm placing some sand inside of the tubs. I actually washed it before, believe it or not, so I don't know why it was still so dirty. Next, I filled up the tubs with water. I used the lid here inside, as you can see, so that the water doesn't stir up the sand too much and make a big cloudy mess. So I went to the store and I bought like a bunch of these garden fencing whatnot, I don't know what they're called, and I'm gonna be using them around the turtle tubs like that. So what I like about these is you can assemble them together on the sides. To assemble them, all you have to do is press them into each other. Like that. So I'm going to be putting these all around the tubs. So I'll be back. And here's the fence all around the tubs. I actually really like how it turned out, and it keeps all the turtles in their own section. Okay, so from here, you're basically done. You know, add the turtles in and let them enjoy their new paradise. Yay, we're done, 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 we're done. Like freaking 10,000 years later. So the filtration on these tubs I kept fairly simple. I didn't really want like anything really big that takes up room, or just nothing too complicated that gives me a hard time to clean up or any of that. As you can see in the diagram, so I'm using a air pump. I divided the output into 3 ways with a valve, you know, one for each tub, and then I connected more airline tubing to it, and at the very bottom there's a diffuser in each tub. And all I do is basically put my bag of media over it. As air rises, it flows water through the media and filters it biologically. And yeah, that's pretty much all I'm doing as far as filtration goes. A lot of you guys have asked me how I keep the water in my turtle setups so clean. As long as you have water agitation, it will stay pretty clear unless you are like severely overstocked. But as you can see, there's only 1 turtle in each tub, and I do have surface agitation, and I don't know, I don't really do anything special. I just keep up with my water changes, and that's enough. Okay, so before I end the video, I also wanted to mention that I was able to perfectly fit these tubs between 2 walls. So the tubs are supported. If you're using thicker tubs, then you probably won't have to worry about this. So if you're using the same tubs I'm using, you are gonna have to support them somehow, because if you don't, the water pressure will push out on them and they could just kind of collapse completely, and you don't want to wake up to a flooded floor. What I suggest you do is build like a frame around it of some sort, maybe a wooden frame or something, or you can bury the tubs like in ground, or squeeze them like in between two things, maybe a wall, the tub, and the couch or something. So that's if you're using the same kind of tub I'm using. But if you're using a thicker tub, like the kind you get like at Tractor Supply stores for livestock and stuff like that, then you won't have to do this. So we have reached the end of this video. If you decide to try this out, don't forget to take pictures or videos and tag me on Instagram or Facebook, or you can also Snapchat them to me. If you're not already subscribed to this channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit that thumbs up button down there. And if you haven't already, make sure that your notifications icon is turned on so that you never miss a new video of mine. And also, I wanted to remind you guys that all sweaters in my online store will pretty soon not be available anymore since winter is leaving us. So make sure you get yours before we stop selling them. I told you guys these sweaters were limited time, but you can still get like these designs in t-shirts if you would like. But don't miss your opportunity to have a really comfy sweater with really awesome artwork. And like, they're so comfy, you guys. Like, the inside is just so comfy. It's fuzzy. I love it. It's warm. Go get yours. And now I'm done. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Have a good day or a good night, and I love you guys. Bye.